As a longtime recruiter and now strategist, I think you're uniquely poised to answer the following question, Stacy, which goes, what are they looking for? These recruiters, when they're scanning my LinkedIn profile, which is amazing, and my resume, which is illustrious, what are they looking for that I don't have or that I need to ensure is communicated a particular way in those and other documents and places where they might find me? What's the answer to that one?
So this is what I share, very often, right? When I'm recruiting, my client is paying me to find them the cream of the crop. They don't want an average person when they're paying a recruiter. They want the very top-notch person out there, above and beyond, not average, or else they're not paying me for it. And I could be getting paid 30, 40, $50,000 to place you. So who am I looking for? I'm only looking for the person that my client's going to pay me a lot of money for. That's all I'm looking for. That's how I make a living. So what does that mean? That means when I'm going through 30 or 40 profiles an hour on LinkedIn, if you look like everybody else, if you didn't give me a reason why you're special, if you have the same bullet points as 500 other people on here, I'm not interested in you. My client's not paying me for an average person. I need to know why you stand out. I need to know your value. I need to know why my client's going to pay you above these hundreds of people I'm looking at on LinkedIn. Because as a recruiter, I'm not sending all of you to my client. I can only send them a few. They don't want to be inundated. Maybe I'm sending them 2 or 3 candidates out of the 1,000 people I'm looking at that I have to vet. And I need to make money as a recruiter. So I am only sending the person that I know they're going to see as the cream of the crop and above and beyond. So what does that mean, Tony? That means your sales and marketing plan for searching for a job has to capture me. I have to see your value quickly. If your profile looks like everybody else, if your resume looks like a template and I'm looking at 100 resumes and I see the same thing, I'm not reaching out to you. I want to know what you have to offer, why I should pay attention to you. What are you going to make happen in a company? And how are you going to solve the problem? And that has everything about knowing your value proposition and having that reflected on all your collateral. So when I pull you up on, if you come up in my search, first of all, that has to be written in a way that you come up in my search. And you don't want to come up number 5 or 600. So if you come up early in my search and you have a compelling LinkedIn profile where you're looking like, okay, this could be somebody I want to talk to, all right, then I'm going to call you. Now, I'm going to say, chime in here because I get asked this a lot, Tony. I always ask everybody, so over the past year, how many calls have you gotten from LinkedIn for that next great job that you would say, that's it, I'm going? And in the 5 years I'm here at ExecuNet, the most I ever hear from anybody is 3 or 4.
Hmm.
Usually it's none. And when I explain that you always want to have a compelling profile, why wouldn't you want to hear about opportunities if you're not looking? Usually the answer I get was, well, I'm not getting any calls because I'm not looking, which always makes me chuckle. And I have to tell everybody what the definition of a recruiter is. I don't care if you're looking or not. My job is to recruit you. If you look great to me, I don't care if you're looking or not. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to try to recruit you. And then I'm going to get references from you. If you don't want the job, you might know people who can be good for me. So you can't be dormant. Back to our topic today. You can't be dormant in your career. You have to be exceptional. You always want to hear about opportunities, and your collateral has to be different than everybody else's. The other piece, Tony, that I like to share is all of you know perception is a big deal. It just is. And if your resume looks like the same one you had 20 years ago, or if it looks like the admin I just hired at 80K, I'm not thinking you're a C-suite executive. It's a different ball game with different rules and a different way to play. And the underlying for all of you, if you want to have job security or be ahead of the game for the rest of your career, whether it's 10 years, 20 years, or even the next just 5 years, you always have to be ready. You have to understand your value proposition, and you have to have compelling literature and collateral to differentiate yourself. So when you do want to make a move, you're more than halfway there.
Mhm. No, if you haven't had more than a few recruiters call you, um, I guess contrarian view, that's not necessarily a bad thing. What I'm trying to say is if you've positioned yourself quite well, there's sacrifice there. It means you may not be the answer to everyone's problems, which, probably not. But really, back to what you were saying earlier, Stacy, about you really just need one role that is meant for you or that's right for you. If you hear from one and it's just spot on, it means you probably did your marketing right as well. Yeah.
Well, yes, you want to pull interest for what you are looking for. So if your value proposition, what you make happen, is reflected on your collateral and people need that problem solved, you're going to get the call.
Right.
So that's where the match is.